Hello, everybody. YouTube hasn't been sending out notifications. YouTube's been holding up my videos for 24 hours. So we'll see if anybody shows up tonight. Oh, heavens. How's everybody doing? Sunny day. Did you get a notification, hon? Because YouTube is crazy. Hi, Laura. Okay, and you? I was just wondering if anybody was going to show up because YouTube has been holding up my videos for 24 hours. Hey, Darlene. And not sending out notifications. And yeah, and delaying videos for 24 hours. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And now I posted some things on Facebook. I'm going to have to quit doing that because my oldest son is attacking me and my oldest daughter is defending me. Yeah, I was thinking that too. So I have some questions for you guys. So think about this and we'll talk about it today, okay? So we've been put in a position where we have to hit a reset button. What would you create in your life now? Hi, Priscilla. What would you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life now? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? Some things to think about. Lost me. Oh. Am I buffering? Shit. There's only one. If I ever get the stimulus check, I've got to pay doctor bills and I'm going to order some memory for this computer. And see if that'll stop the buffering. You'd help animals, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So you've hit a reset button. What would you create now? What would you do different? And do you see any new opportunities unfolding for you now? Okay. Thank you for telling me. So it's got to be sunny days buffering. She just doesn't want to hear what I have to say today. Okay. You reset it, huh? Oh, girl, you're going through some major changes. Okay. Sunny, we have the moon. This is dealing with your shadows and your illusions, okay? Follow that intuition, follow your knowing, girl. You know, there's lots of things going on, and you're one of the people. Sunny, are you the one of the people that? Oh, you're on your TV. Wow. Are you one of the people that bought the book, The Dark Side of the Light Chaser, son? Because we're trying to get enough people to do that class. So this is one of the things, and it's funny, I wrote this down yesterday. You didn't get to buy it. Okay. It says the danger of ignoring your shadow side is dismissing how you feel, ignoring your limitations, and not seeing them for what they are. Your challenge is to accept them as a teaching. You're learning from them and how to grow through these boundaries. These are helping you to evolve and embrace other sides of yourself. So this is a good one, good explanation for what this is telling you. Plus, that also represents the dark side of the light chasers. Okay, I keep telling you guys about it. Okay, and they do have if it's easier for you guys, they have audio on hayhouse.com, and they've been having a lot of books on sale too on hayhouse.com. Hi, Taddy. You made it early tonight. Okay, so that's a long-term card. The second card is Temperance. There's lots of healing going on in your life right now, okay? Have some patience, girl. Things are changing. And yeah, there's a need for emotion and balance and emotions and passions and desires and everything. You just need to know what you want, girl. Let's see. Positive for life. Here we are. And yeah. So, and then the last card is the Three of Wands. Okay. This is forward movement, moving to stability. Okay. This is waiting for your ship to come in. And this tells me you're open to receiving, open to giving and receiving. Okay. My hair is going to drive me nuts. My hair, I need a haircut. I saw something on Facebook. It said, where's the first place you're going to go when you can get out? And I thought, my hair, it doesn't want to do anything anymore. I have to straighten it now. Because if I curl it, it goes crazy. It just goes flat in parts and curly in another. So you guys have had to watch my hair evolving through all this. Okay, Laura, are you still here, hon? Now, the last three in, I put some questions out there. Oh, thanks, Taddy. Okay, so we've been put into a position where we've had to hit a reset button. What would you create in your life now? Okay. What would you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life now? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? Some things to think about, ladies. Okay. So how have you all been? Oh, yeah. Me too, Sonny. What I wanted to do, what I was trying to do. Hi, Brittany. What I wanted to try to do this year was get my credit cards paid off so I could run them up again. I want to drive up to Minnesota, drive along the northern border, go through all those states and see stuff, go up to Michigan, come down the East Coast, and then work my way back through the states. Because I've seen 27 of the states. I would like to see all 50. Yeah. So if anybody wants to take a trip, we could leave from Denver and work our way back to Denver over a couple weeks. Yeah. Staying in KOA campgrounds. Ah, Brittany's in Michigan. Yeah. I probably stay in KOA campgrounds too, so. Okay, Laura. And this is another question. If you guys noticed any different spiritual growth come through lately? Now that you've had time to be at home and be more still and see what's going on, you know? Okay. Okay, Laura, first card up is the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, this is fulfillment on all levels. This is being fulfilled on all levels. Prosperity, abundance, family-wise. Ah, good, Sunny. Okay. Yeah, for one thing, we've stilled more to listen, but I think there's definitely been some spiritual growth going on. And it kind of made this card kind of made me think of it, okay? But look at the little fat mouse. He has much more than enough to eat. Now stay grounded, okay? I do so somebody is thinking about offering something of an emotional nature, okay? But it's stalled. Everything's on hold because they're stuck in their head and they can't make a choice. They can't make a decision at this point in time. Then I have the Seven of Swords. I'm leaning more and more because they say this card is the lies, deceits, deception, theft. Okay. To me, this card is he's gathered up all his swords to leave, but he's looking back at regret because he's leaving something behind. Yeah. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. It's forward movement. There's some success there, but you're so busy trying to juggle things that you're missing an opportunity back here, okay? Your ship is trying to come in, but you're not seeing it. You're not open to receiving it at this point in time because you're too busy trying to juggle everything. Does that make sense, Laura? But the potential is there for everything. Everything. So that looks good, girl. Does that make sense, Laura? Okay. Darlene Lisa, are you here, hon? Welcome, hon. Darlene, are you here, hon? You too, Laura. So I was on the other side of the thing the other night and I had a reading done and I ended up crying through the whole thing and I don't know half of what she told me because everybody started jumping in and I'm not going to cry. Talking about how I've helped them the last few months with everything that they've been going through. And it's like, wow, talk about humbling. Okay. I want to go that far. I do. Okay. Wasn't sure if I wanted to pull that many cards. Okay. We have the World. This is a completion. This is a successful completion of some major cycles. I mean, some major lessons. Okay. This is moving past points of view, stories, to go back and start all over again in like a reset button. Okay. Starting all over with a clean slate. So you're ending up the last of some kind of energy to move into the new energy. And yeah, this is talking about clearing up the old energy too. So this is the Knight of Swords. What brings passion and desire and creativity into your life? How can you create a relationship with this person? It's like you need to take one step at a time at this point in time, because it's kind of on hold a little bit. Still one step at a time. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, again, juggling two things, the opportunities are there, the happiness is there, but you're missing an opportunity. You're not seeing something. You need to, it's almost like you have to let go of a point of view that's holding you back, both of you, okay? It's not just you. And then, see, this is being stuck in your head. Somebody's stuck in their head. They're in a mental prison, can't make a decision, can't make a choice. This is self-made. So now it's time to sit down and look at it from a different point of view to try to get out of this. Somebody's feeling defensive. Somebody's feeling like everything's coming at them at once, okay? Prioritize things. Look at things at one at a time, okay? If you write it down and you look at it, there's a connection between writing things and the brain. It seems to start a healing process, okay? So the last card is Page of Pentacles. This is the early beginnings of something long-term and stable, something beautiful, okay? Something to be grateful for. Does that make sense, hon? It's like you got a lot going on. You or him or both of you. Does that make sense, hon? Did we lose her? Priscilla, you're next. You still here, hon? Love reading. Darlene, did it make sense, hon? Okay. So what's everybody been doing with themselves? That must be the card of the night. Ooh. Now, you seen me put those cards in different spots in the deck and then shuffled. First card up is the World. This is completing something, finishing up old lessons. Where do you work at, hon? Okay, This is getting ready to, you're completing things. You're ready to start over a new life, clean slate, new beginnings, new lessons to learn. Okay? It's like a reset. That's a long-term card. Okay? What are you going to create now? That's the thing. Ask yourself, if all these things weren't a factor, if money wasn't a priority, if money wasn't a factor, what would I do with my life? What would I create? What would I do different? What new opportunities would I take advantage of? Okay. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. This is divine timing. Okay. Things are starting to shift more in your favor, hon. Very positive. It's something that's fated, something that's meant to be. Okay. So there's definitely change coming in, and you're right on schedule. Okay. And then we have the Page of Pentacles again. This is the very new beginnings of something long-term and stable. It's just very, very early beginnings of it, okay? Make sure you tap into the gratitude and the beauty in life now. But it doesn't show a relationship. It wasn't for love, but it's, there's good things coming in, though. Maybe you just need a reassurance for, that things are shifting for you. But see, this could be bringing in everything, completing old cycles, old points of view, old stories. Let go of those old stories. Use that bubble technique. Let it all go. Create something new. I was talking to somebody the other day. I asked her some questions. I said, what would you create in your life? And she goes, oh, I'd put a new garden in and do this and that. And I said, do you realize you create your life with your decisions and choices? You're welcome, hon. She goes, no, I didn't realize that. I said, so think about what you're going to do now. Tad, you ready for your reading? I don't, it's like I'm laughing through the Taurus love reading because the only person that kept coming to mind was, this is a personal reading for Taddy. So it'd be interesting to see. I think in the next 6 months it's gonna be your love life. Your love life is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. That was so funny. And I kept laughing because all I could think of was Taddy. Okay. Taddy's an admin, so a moderator, so she gets a few extra cards anyway. Okay, so Page of Cups. I know. Page of Cups could be an apology. Very early beginnings of something. And you're never going to guess what the next card is. New beginnings of something of an emotional nature. Very early new beginnings, okay? Judgment. Somebody coming back from the past. Something you thought was over is not over. Ah, happy birthday. 6 of Wands, success, forward movement, victory. Somebody recognizing you for who you are. Okay. Well, I'll send you a virtual happy birthday, hon. Queen of Wands, movers and shakers of the world, gone through transformation and change. They very, very passionate person, okay? Knows, and I know, I think you really like being a teacher, and that's a mover and shaker for one thing, okay? But these are the people that take care of everything. Very passionate about everything they do. Now, remember the other day I told you, make sure you clear out some of the points of view and stuff you have about relationships. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is clearing out old stuff. Okay, moving forward one step at a time. Lots of light, lots of truth, lots of clarity. This is a very passionate card again too. You know, work toward what you want this time. Visualize what you want, okay? So in 6 months, we'll all get a invitation to Tattie's wedding. Oh, no. You're welcome, hon. Hold on, guys. I need to grab a Kleenex. All of a sudden, my nose started running. Positive for life. And then Ariane. Hi, hon. Did you want love or general? Did you guys get notifications? Because I think that YouTube's not sending out notifications. And it's also putting my videos out after 24 hours. And I went to do the general readings yesterday and I couldn't even get on. Okay, general. On a different deck. Good. At least some people did. We had some people protesting in downtown, probably a couple hundred people only protesting downtown to open up the state. But we haven't even plateaued yet on the virus. I think that's a good one. Okay. So this is taking time to go within and know yourself. This is taking time to go in and finding your own answers, your own truth, okay? So you can go out and shine your light in the world. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins. This is total fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, okay? Possible romance here. You know, they're dancing around each other. We've got, it's like the universe is observing how you're living your life right now. It's offering unconditional love and faithfulness, okay, and support. There's no accident that dog is God backwards, okay? If you look at the way the dogs give us that unconditional love, the universe is the same way, but yet I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, but yet at the same time, the universe is neutral, but it loves you so much, it's going to give you whatever you want. That's why I tell you guys to focus on the positive, okay? Because the universe monitors your thoughts 24/7. So, but yeah, dogs represent to me the universe, okay? And then we have very early new beginnings of something long-term stable, okay? Make sure you focus on the gratitude. And I think you probably do, okay? But it's, yeah, focus, take the time to smell the roses. If we haven't learned anything else from this virus, is to take the time to connect with other people, do what we can, and to take time to smell the roses, to enjoy life some more, okay? Good, good, good. So look good, hon. Look real good. Marianne. And then Brittany. I was telling him earlier, I posted some stuff. My oldest son is a Pisces, and he's very much in his ego with everything that's going on. He's attacking everything I'm putting on Facebook. You're welcome, hon. And my oldest daughter's trying to defend me, and it's like, oh. So I'm gonna quit posting anything on Facebook. Many blessings to you too, hon. Go out and create, everybody. First off, instead of worrying about if your new role at work's going to be okay, start focusing on all the things you love about it, hon. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be okay. Okay. It's like it's been stalled for a long time. Oh, I want to look into that. Oh, look into that. Thank you, Positive for Life. Okay. I think it's taken you a while to get where you are at work, okay? It's bringing in some things that I think that you're really really going to like. Okay? It's just kind of it's been stalled for a long time, but this is still forward movement. It's supposed to be started. So that makes sense then, okay? Honey, you're going to rock this job. When you get it, you're going to rock it because, see, here's the movers and shakers of the world. This is the person. This is somebody that makes things move, make things happen, takes care of everything, dots the I's, crosses the T's. Yeah, just, you know what? Focus on the good things in the job, and things are. Yeah, especially now. Look at, we have the Magician. Okay. Everything that you have gone through in your life has been practice and study to get to where you are now. You've learned a lot. You've grown a lot. You are more than capable for this job. You have the ability to manifest exactly what you want from heaven to earth. You're going to rock it, girl. You may feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but you're going to do good. You're going to do good. Brittany, you still here, hon? So, see, now, what do we talk about? Okay, use the bubble technique to clear up that worry. Okay? You're welcome, hon. Clear that worry. Clear it all. That bubble technique gets cleared down to the queen bee. If you can clear that queen bee out, all the other things, anything that's attached to it all also will be cleared out, okay? Love. Okay. I have quit listening to other readers because all I keep hearing is somebody wants to come back and apologize. And it's like, oh, this man's too stubborn to ever do that. So you guys all watched me go out and howl last week. It's kind of interesting because now it's not just howling. They're shooting off fireworks and they're honking horns. And my neighbor, she's got nodules in her throat, so she can't go out and howl. So she's out there telling me, I'm so proud of you for doing this every night. Oh. My oldest daughter got into it. She says, yeah, they're blowing off fireworks every night at 8 in Littleton, Colorado. So my oldest son goes, no, I did it one time. I felt stupid. I said, he's old before his time. Love. Okay. This must be the card of the night, I swear. And this is a different deck, too. We have the World. You're completing something. You're completing major cycles. Have you let go of a lot of things, hon? Have you set some new goals? You have some new ideas what you want in a relationship? Have you set some boundaries for the universe? You are ready to start all over. Okay? There's if you don't have somebody now, there's somebody coming in. It's not telling me who. Well, it might. Okay? Because the cards can be gender neutral. And whatever's coming in is going to be stable and long-term. Okay? You're both going to work together to build something stable and long-term. And like I said, this can be gender neutral. This is somebody that is a mover and shaker. Somebody who makes things done. This is like, for example, it'd be the woman behind the man. It's people that just get everything done. And they love it. They're very passionate about everything they do. Okay? Does that make sense, hon? I'm telling you, that World card is come up in more than half the readings. Gypsy, how are you tonight, hon? Did you get the book yet, hon? And did you get any painting done? Any of your artistic stuff? Not good. Hi, Joy. Oh, I know. I know, me too. I was telling him I need to pay some medical stuff because I've had 2 insurances already this year and have 2 sets of deductible to meet. And then I have to buy some memory for this computer. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, Gypsy, and Joy, I'm going to ask you guys this. So, we've been put into a position where we have to hit a reset button. What would you create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different? Some things to think about. What can you create different in your life now? Okay, so this is another card that's been coming up like crazy all night. This is, yeah, Queen of Wands. Very passionate about what they do, whether it's male or female, okay? It's the beginnings of new life, the beginnings of things brightening up, okay? These are the movers and shakers of the world. Cross the T's, dot the I's. Very passionate about everything they do, okay? Now, this is moving out of troubled waters into smoother waters. Could also be taking a trip, okay? Okay. So, yeah, there's still some obstacles ahead, but you're moving forward through them, okay? Just take them, handle them one at a time. Now, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is very slow moving energy. Okay? This is forward movement. The seeds have been planted. It's just taking time for it to grow. Okay? And this person is pretty much focused on their pentacle at this point in time, trying to establish some stability and forward movement, okay? But this is long term, okay, hon? Hold on, Joy. That was for Gypsy. That was for Gypsy. My youngest daughter lives in Phoenix. They were out shooting yesterday with some friends. Where in the world? Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. It buzzed at me. Oh, no. Yeah, go back and watch it and let me know what you think, hon. I'd probably start at 40 minutes. Rewind back to 40 minutes and see if I had started it already. Okay. Joy. Okay. Oh. I need to get a different deck to clarify. Let's use this one. Hi, RM2. Okay, so I do show an apology, hon. Or the new beginnings of something emotional. Oh, yes. Twice. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're going to hear from him. Okay, so girl, you got some good stuff coming up. First card up, okay, and the situation is the Two of Cups. This is two people coming together in a love relationship, very strong love relationship. I think that you've been single for a long time. You planted the seeds what you want to. Ego, Sunny, ego. You've been single a long time. You know what you want. You've worked toward it. Okay. You're very much in touch with nature and joy. You've planted the seeds. The harvest is almost here. Okay. Focus on the gratitude. Yes. Focus on the gratitude. And then we have the star card. Okay. This is a wish card. Focus on what you want. Focus the end result. Okay. Now, there's been a need for emotional balance between the both of you. You both are not going to be the same people that you were before. Take it slow and easy, okay? And you're both going to be feeling very vulnerable, I think. See, in the past things were out of balance. Okay? It's like you both wanted everything to work, but everything was just out of balance. It just wasn't the right time. Okay? Okay. So, see, this card says feeling defensive. This is in the now. Okay. Feeling very defensive. Sit down and write down everything you're feeling. It helps you process everything. Okay. Write it down, reread it, rewrite it, refine it, add to it, change it, whatever. It's very, very healing. Okay. But this is feeling defensive. You feel like somebody's defensive. Yeah. Feeling like everything's coming at you at once. Let's see, we have an apology card. And new beginnings, very, very early beginnings of something of an emotional nature. Like I said, it could be an apology. It could be coming him in to test the waters. Okay. And I do see some very passionate communication going back and forth. Okay. Lots and lots of communication, rapid communication. Now, if you're going to talk to him about things, make sure you only do it one thing at a time. Focus. I keep telling you girls, there's a book out there by Allison A. Armstrong. It's Making Sense of Men. It's just a small book, okay? And it explains so much about men. And and don't ask them what they're feeling. Ask them what they're thinking. Because if you ask them what they're feeling, they're going to back off and they're going to take time to process exactly what they're feeling. Because a lot of times they don't know what they're feeling, but they know what they're thinking, okay? And also, like I said, if you're going to talk to him about something, don't make a list and throw it at him all at once, because then he'll shut down. Focus on one thing at a time, okay? One thing at a time, and work that through, and then bring up something else, okay? Now, we have in the future, we have the King of Swords. Okay, somebody that's very intellectual. Yeah, a lot of men do get stuck in their head. This again is somebody that's very intellectual in their head a lot. Okay, he's very successful, knows what he wants, takes the time to look for the truth in the situation. Okay, so we have a King of Swords who's stuck in his head. okay, and has to think everything through. And then we have the Queen of Wands, who is very sensitive, loving, caring, very emotional, offering a cup of love. Okay. And then we have the Sun card, ultimate happiness. Everything. Light being brought to the situation, everything. Total fulfillment on all levels. Happiness, joy, celebration, light being brought in. Healing. Okay. Yes. So where you're at right now is should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Okay. Can't make a decision. You can't make a choice. Look at, you're defensive too, because look at, you're crossing your arms. But it's not, you're still having troubles making a choice also. Now, the environment around you, this is you, okay? Pay attention so you don't miss an opportunity. Like I said, take it slow and easy. Try to stay in the now, because the universe is offering you something. You're kind of distracted, okay? It could be that you're so focused on trying to find a safe place to put your heart that you are not seeing this opportunity, okay? You may be missing something, so be very careful. Stay in the now, hon, okay? Well, hopefully he's grown. Okay, coming in fast, okay? Take it a little bit at a time. Otherwise, okay, this is a fast-moving energy. I think that one of the things you're afraid of is he's just going to come in and out of your life real fast. You just keep it slow and easy. Yeah, keep it slow and easy. Otherwise, he's going to come right in and right back out again, okay? Now, again, we have the apology card, the very early beginnings of something of an emotional nature. And around that, yes, I think that he has learned a lot, because we have the King of Cups here. This is an emotionally available man, mature. This is somebody that's offering a cup of love, okay? And then here's your Star card. Lots of healing, feeling very vulnerable, the light being brought to the situation, okay? So it looks really good, hon. And I'll pull a card for you. The love card. One more. And use the bubble to clear out that fear of him going in and out, or any fears that you have. You're welcome, hon. Make sure you use the bubble technique to clear out some of those fears, hon. The more you work on you, because a lot of times we reflect each other. A lot of times we reflect each other. Look at this. Wedding. Wedding. Oh. The situation involves marriage. You got this, girl. You got this. Yes, I've been using it a lot myself lately. Just from boredom. So, what would you ladies like to talk? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, hun. Would you ladies like to talk about anything specific tonight? Because it doesn't look like we're going to have a lot of people in here tonight. Like I said, focus on the end result. And hun, like I said, when you write things down, there's a a hand-brain connection. It's such a shame that they're not teaching cursive writing to kids anymore, because we really need that as a healing process. Nobody wants to talk about anything tonight? RM2, are you still here, hon? She has a tendency to come and go. I'm in Colorado, hon. Where are you at? I'm in the high plains of Colorado. Okay, Taddy. Okay, Sonny, remember we talk about stories, points of view, and programming? You're welcome, Taddy. Thank you for helping me too, hon. Okay, if you sit back for a few days and stay away from the news and go back in and look at the news from a more centered point of view, there's a lot of manipulation going on. But and Florida was the last one to shut down in the first place. Okay, and now they're the first one opening up. And all those kids that were partying on the beaches are all coming down with it, and they're all saying, "Oh man, you know, I never thought this would happen to me," because, you know, we were told that it's only older people. So they've already reopened. They've already reopened the beaches, hon. But the thing is, okay, so I was listening to a woman talk on YouTube. She says her mother is in her 70s and she watches Trump every day. And she says, but Trump said that everything's okay. She was still going to concerts. She was going to all her meetings. Yeah. Yeah. You got to do what's right for you, hon. Okay. People are going to. So she says, my brother is a doctor. And she does all this. She's a researcher. She says, we had to sit down and talk to my mom and explain to her that no, everything was not okay. Okay. That we had to be careful and that there was a lot of misinformation being put out. And then she started in again, I think she said last week, saying, but Trump says everything's okay and that they're going to open up the country. And it's like, it's a program, okay? It's everybody believes, a lot of people believe that Trump is right about everything. He's just a human being, for one thing. He's going to make decisions and choices wrong, just like we all do. He's not a god, you know. He's going to make wrong choices too. And at this point, he's so focused on reopening the economy that yeah, people think everything's okay. It's like the people that were going out here in Colorado and protesting. We haven't even hit the leveling out mark yet. Okay. It's still expanding, it's still growing. And there was people out there protesting today. So a lot of people here in Colorado were saying, does that mean that we can withhold your medical because you're out protesting without masks and all this kind of stuff? A lot of people believe that it's that herd immunity is going to help. Okay. The thing is, this is something different. I honestly feel this is more than just a virus. Hi, Tiffany. This is more than just a virus. It's like a combination. I kept thinking it was a combination of a virus and a parasite for some reason. Because I went in and tried to talk to it. Oh, I was so overwhelmed. And as a spiritual being, I should not have been overwhelmed because I was doing it in meditation. I should not have been feeling overwhelmed. But it was crazy. I'm starting to think so. But it's what's weird is if you look at it, it's almost like it's like a landmine. It's got all those little things poking out. That's how it's attaching onto the other cells and stuff, and breaking into the cells and causing the damage. And I watched a video on a lady that made a lot of sense. She says she listened to one of the doctors, and when she was in the hospital, and he kept saying, this is almost like altitude sickness. It's the exact same symptoms as altitude sickness. Hi, Elena. So, and they don't know anything about it yet. So you can't believe that they're going to have a virus. They're going to have this. That's like, what's his name? The reporter, the governor's brother. I'm good, hon. He's had it. He's been isolated for weeks now. His wife has it. She has different symptoms. They're telling them to stay away from each other so they don't reinfect each other. Okay, if you're supposed to be building up a herd immunity, okay, then why are they going to infect each other? And he says, and it takes months for people to recover from this virus. It's not like the flu, okay? He says it's not like the flu. So we seem to all be doing okay. Did you get a notification where we were on tonight? Because YouTube seems to be, yeah, we're all kind of confused, hon. It's nobody knows anything. So everybody's throwing a bunch of stuff out there that they think, everybody's got their point of view. Everybody's got their opinion of how it should be. And, there's my opinion, your opinion, and then there's the truth. It's interesting because the last time, if you look at the astrology, the last time these planets came together, like Saturn and something else, it caused the Reformation, which changed money systems in the world. It changed the way people lived, everything. And that's what's happening now. And it's almost like, and I was listening to a gal, her and this other lady were doing a mutual meditation. And what was happening was they were seeing all these waves of energy coming in from the heavens, and the earth was responding with waves of energy also. I said, well, that would kind of make sense. They said, well, look to them like the earth was awakening. But look what's happened. And this is something I've been saying for years. Julia Roberts has a thing out on YouTube on Mother Nature doesn't need us, we need her. Yeah. They're not sending out notifications, and they're not sending out, a lot of my videos are taking 24 hours to come up. So start looking around. Start looking around, Sonny. And Elena, yeah, I posted a video earlier, and it was in Estes Park, Colorado, and it says there's a group meeting of all the locals in the streets. The streets were full of elk. You're gonna be looking for an RV. They just sold a fifth wheel trailer out here for $200. You got a notification an hour later. Yeah, that figures. Because I think I had somebody come on 2 weeks ago. They got notified. It was you, wasn't it? You got notified after 2 hours. Yeah. Okay, Tiffany. Any general or love, Tiffany? You know what, hon? They've been all through the centuries. They've said the same thing. Something pops up. I think what I find disturbing. I wasn't going to get into religion. What I find disturbing is the people that are saying, we've asked God for protection. Okay, this is not going to happen. But one of the hot spots in California was a church that they had 70 people out of their come down with it, including 3 of the main pastors, 2 of the junior pastors, and they're still holding church. Okay, because they believe God's going to protect them. But then God gave us that free will, and I tell you guys, He gave us the free will to make choices and decisions. Well, if you make choices that you're going to put yourself at risk, then you're going to be at risk. If you make choices to protect yourself, then you're going to be protected. You know, God doesn't hand you everything on a silver platter. You've got to make the effort too, you know. You got to do 50%. 50% what, hun? So, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I was reading about this Pastor Bell that swore him down that he was never going to close the church. And he's put a challenge out there for everybody to donate their stimulus check to him. I said, oh. And how many people are going to do that? Seriously. It's when they talk about herd immunity, what about herd mentality? And that's kind of what's going on with the government too, is herd mentality. Did we lose Tiffany? You know, and they say, well, you know, if God means for it to be, then that's what's going to happen. And it's like, this is disturbing, very disturbing, because that's the same mentality as people that go out and drink the poison because your leader has said that is what God wants, you know. Very disturbing. Okay, so we have, Tiffany, we have the Page of Wands. That is the page. Yeah. Okay. Early beginnings of something of a passionate nature. Okay. Are you tapping into your creativities still, hun? Are you finding out exactly what makes you happy? And because then we have it's interesting. We have we have the Justice card. Okay. Decisions being made in your favor. Truth and clarity. Okay. Need for balance. she's seeing the truth of the situation because she's not blindfolded. You can't say justice is blind in this situation, okay? But there's a need for balance and truth, okay? But yeah, like I said, a decision being made in your favor could be a legal contract. If there's any legal contracts or anything coming up, make sure that you read everything, okay? Everything. And then we have the Nine of Cups. This is what we're talking about. The universe monitors everything you think, say, and do 24/7. It loves you so much, it will give you what you want. But what are you focusing on? If you're focusing on worrying about things, the universe is going to give you more things to worry about. Okay? If you focus on okay. Yeah. What do you want? What is your wish with this, honey? You need to sit down and see what you want. What is best for you? Because if you're not happy, that's going to reflect on the child too, okay? You've got to take care of you first because you need to be happy and whole in order to take care of your child too, okay? Exactly. And I was telling somebody yesterday, I said, this reminds me of the story of the man that was in a flood. He's in the top of a tree. Okay. 3 boats come along to ask him if he wants help. You're welcome, hon. 3 boats come along and ask him if he wants help. And then he drowns and he tells God, well, why didn't you save me? And he says, I sent you 3 boats. It's like, it's almost like the common sense is gone sometimes. Elena, are you still here? The only thing okay. I read when I was a teenager that all signs in the Bible would happen, and the trigger was when Israel became a nation, and that generation would see the coming of Christ. Well, the thing is, if you go back and look at old teachings, the Jews do not believe Jesus was the Messiah, was the Christ, because the Christ is a consciousness. Okay, so they're talking about Christ coming back. Well, to me, that would be the Christ consciousness coming back, which would be everybody, okay? So that's something to think about. If the Christ is coming back, then it would be spreading around the whole world, and I do think that there's a lot of awakening going on right now. So, okay. Sonny, you know the rule of thumb. If you ask a second question, you have to donate. That's the rule of thumb, hon. Okay. So, somebody has walked away from a situation that is no longer emotionally fulfilling. But I don't think it's... Okay, thanks, Gypsy. This is something... Okay, the cups are not spilled, so I don't think it's walking away from something emotional. It's... Oh, I did. You're the first person I did cards for. Okay. This is walking away into a new adventure. If the cups were spilled, I'd say you're walking away from something emotional. You're walking away into something new. Okay? You've gathered up your resources and you're leaving behind all the burdens. You are so ready to leave them all behind. You're cleaning up the last of that. Okay? And you're ready to move on. Okay? Now, this is making choices and decisions around love. It could also be a very fulfilling love relationship, but in this deck, it's pretty much making choices and decisions around it, okay? Now, there is the potential. Yes, this is for you, hon. Okay, this is something long-term, stable, very slow moving. The seeds have been planted. It takes a while for the harvest to grow, and this person is focused on their prosperity and abundance at this moment. Hi, true self. How are you? Okay, so they're distracted. They're kind of distracted right now. But like I said, somebody's ready to walk away into something new. They're letting go of a lot of things, okay? Making decisions and choices around love. And the seeds have been planted to something long-term and stable, okay? I know. If it wasn't for my neighbor, I'd really be bored. Did that make sense, hon? Happy vibes. True self. Gypsy, did you want a couple extra cards? A few extra cards for donation, hon? I was joking around with my granddaughter, and I told her, I said, I said, at least you have other people in the house. I said, because it's just me and the dog here. I said, and she's starting to talk back. She goes, oh no. Okay. Okay. So okay. So did that make sense, Elena? Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Okay. So happy vibes, you're next. Did you want love or general? Okay. And Gypsy, let's see what's going on. Okay, let me get Gypsy real quick because she made a donation. So Sunny Day needs to go back to the very beginning to listen to her reading. Okay. So we have the Seven of Cups here. This is having lots of options, okay? Having to make choices and decisions, okay? This is moving forward past all the obstacles. You can see what the obstacles are, okay? It's just, and you have decided that is worth moving past the obstacles. Now, you kind of have to let go of a little bit of there's a blockage there somewhere though, okay? There's something that you need to clear. You definitely moving out of troubled waters into smoother waters, okay? But there's still some kind of blockages. There's something that you need to be aware of, something that you need to look at, okay? I have the new beginnings, very early new beginnings of communication about something. This is a very, very fast moving energy, but at the same time, this person's defensive, okay? He looks like he's ready to chop somebody's head off. So, and then we have the Star card, okay? Focus on what you want, give gratitude for it, okay? Okay. There's a need for emotional balance. I know you've felt pike. What does that mean, girl? like years earlier? Okay, but this is yeah, I'm moving into more of emotional balance. Somebody's feeling very vulnerable right now, but that's okay because it's bringing in some healing. Okay, does that make sense, Gypsy? Oh, felt like years earlier. So it's kind of telling you the same energy, but there's something. There's some options there. You're moving forward past something, but I'm not quite sure what. You're kind of confused. Let me see. Let me use this deck. Yeah. Choices and decisions. Yeah. Gypsy gets more cards because she made a donation, guys. See? This is stuck in their head. Kind of nostalgia for what the past is, yet not quite sure of what's happening in the future. That's kind of like the Six of Swords, you know, know what the obstacles are and needing to choose. Yeah. But then see, we still got the card, the Star card again. Okay. Needing to heal the emotions. He needs to feel, he's feeling very vulnerable right now. Okay. And that scares guys big time. Big time. Don't ask him what he's feeling. Yeah. Don't ask him what he's feeling. Ask him what he's thinking if you're going to ask him anything. And then if he's withdrawing from you, you could say something like, do you want to talk about it? If he doesn't say anything, fine. Either go in the other room if you're living with them, go home. Just tell him, well, if you want to talk, you know where I'm at. That leaves the options open for him, okay? But see, you're waiting for that ship to come in. This is forward movement into something more stable. You know? Never ask feeling. Yeah. Because as soon as you ask feelings, they shut down because they don't know what they're feeling. Okay. But this is the ship coming in. You're open and receptive to the ship coming in. Okay. But you've got the Star card twice. This is wish fulfillment also. Okay. He's just got to figure it out. It's going to take a little time, hon. Yeah. Okay, happy vibes. Your question was. Okay. Did that make more sense, Gypsy? No, black humans. Okay. I paid for the black human seed. I think this was on sale for $14.99, but I think it's like $16.99 on Amazon. I don't think that's very expensive. But I did order 2 pounds of the actual seeds. Okay. Does this stuff work? Girl, this has got a reputation of curing everything but death over the centuries. They call it the blessing seed in the Bible. It's good for me because I have asthma, I have heart problems, and it's interesting for me. Okay, for me, this has opened up my lungs, and I have AFib. It's slowed down my AFib. I'm actually going back into a regular rhythm. That's okay, hon. That's okay. And take care of that ankle, huh? But this is what I'm using. So my dog is the other night, I don't know what got into her. She pigged out big time. And then she couldn't sleep because it's a pug. She couldn't sleep because she was so full she couldn't breathe. I said, that's it. I'm cutting her food down and I'm going to put her on the black cumin seed too. So, and I was reading that it was, because I looked it up, it is good for the dogs too. So, but I forgot to take it last night, and I noticed a huge difference. My oldest son's taking it and he says, wow, that's some interesting stuff, Mom. Yep. Yep. And she's going to be 14 next month anyway. You know, so she's older. I knew something was wrong because she kept trying to crawl up on my bed and sleep on top of my head. It's like, okay, she's acting like a cat. Okay, happy vibes. I got your question. Let's see. What kind of prices were you looking at for the black cumin seed, hon? Oh, these are some interesting cards. First off, we have the 4 of coins. Okay, this person's not open to receiving right now. Okay, they're protecting their heart at this point in time. The energy needs to move to be stagnant. Okay. What you can do is you could go into meditation and ask permission of his higher self to put a seed in his heart, a seed of love. Okay. And if they give you permission, put the seed of love in his heart. Okay. And see if that makes a difference. Because we have the 2 of Cups here. Okay. This is 2 people coming together as one in a love relationship. No, and I was told that technique in a dream one night. So I went in and put a seed in my guy's heart. And next time I went back and looked at him, it had grown as big as his heart. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So we'll see. But 2 people coming together in a love relationship, long-term, stable, happy family, okay? Prosperity, abundance, coming together, everything. Okay, the universe has opened up a new pathway for you. That looks good, hon. True self, you still here, hon? You need to meditate on that. I was telling everybody, if you take a few days away from the news and then go back in and listen to it with more of a clear mind, kind of watch from a detached point of view, you'll see the control and manipulation that's going on. It's not just one side or the other, it's all of them. All of them. Well, try not to listen to any of the news. Exactly. Every day. It's misinformation every day. And I was listening to Como, his brother, the news anchor. He says his wife has it now, like he does. They can't be together because they have different symptoms. They could reinfect each other. Okay. The doctor's telling him it takes months to heal from it, especially when you have it that bad in your lungs. It's not like the flu. It's not something that's just going to go away. Okay. And it's like, and they're telling you, don't lay down, keep active, stretch. Okay. Even though it hurts and stuff, if you've got stuff going on in your lungs, keep moving. Yeah, she was taking care of it. But he says, you can't let it get you down. And then I was listening to a gal. She says she was listening to a doctor when she was in the hospital. And he says, this is the same exact symptoms as high altitude sickness. You know, and she says, why are they not treating people for high altitude sickness? But they use some medication, I guess, for somebody there that, and it helped their breathing. So nobody knows anything at this point in time. Nobody knows anything. All you can do is work with your doctors and follow your intuition. I take the black cumin seed, you know. So, because that builds up your immune system. And like I said, I have asthma and I have AFib, and it's like, so I'm high risk, and it's made a huge difference for me. So yeah, and he says, you know, he says it's hard too because we have to leave the care for all the kids in our 17-year-old hands. Yeah. Vitamin C and zinc. So yeah, he says my 17-year-old has stepped up. She's taking care of the kids. And he says, you know, it's worrying for us, you know. Do I need another deck? No, I guess it's okay now. Wow. Okay. True self. What's going on here, girl? We have the 7 of coins. Okay. This is the seeds that have been planted. There's been lots of growth over the years. Okay. Now it's time for the harvest to come in. She is actually harvesting it. So there's some good things coming in for you. Okay. Some awesome things. Could be an apology. It could be the very early beginnings of something of an emotional nature. Okay. But this is definitely, okay, this is new beginnings of love, whether it's love for yourself, a romantic love relationship with another person. Okay. Oh, I know, sunny day. But your man has an ego the size of the universe. There's a difference, okay? He's not very humble, and he lives in his ego. Yeah, everybody's self-reflecting. But yeah, this is awesome. Whether it's love for yourself or if it's love for with another relation, with another person. Okay, there's definitely something coming in. Okay, are you ready for your reading? So I'm going to ask you girls some questions here. Let's see what you girls come up with. So we've been put in a position where we have had to hit a reset button. What would you create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do with your life? Think about that, girls. Because the only limitations that we have, oh, you have plans. Good for you, girl. Okay? The only limitations we have are our personal beliefs, points of view, okay? The stories we tell ourselves. That's like when somebody asked me one time, I said, I was told that I have all the gifts and abilities, but I pick and choose. Okay? I know that if I took the time to tap into like something like animal communication, I know that I would be able to do that. It's just, I'm just focused on other things right now. I know I have the ability to be a medical intuitive, but that's kind of scary, you know? And so it's I have the ability to go in the Akashic records, but it's like, that's a lot of responsibility, you know? See, and it's interesting because a lot of my people that listen to me are all very creative people. Okay. Gypsy has lots of talents also. And RM2 and a few other people. Yeah. And Sunny Day has changed her whole course of study because of me. Yeah. But see, money shouldn't be an issue. And don't tell yourself that you can't do that, because you can do it. You can make time for that, you know? And I'm going in and I'm trying to do yes. That's the thing with me too, Kate. And then I finally sat down and I'm going to do paintings for each one of the astrological signs. I don't know if I showed you guys this. See, I went in and did one for Taurus. I have an idea for Libra now. So that's for Taurus. You didn't know. You do have creative abilities, Gypsy. You have a lot of creative abilities. So it's just, I spent the first month, I don't know why, I don't have TV. I was listening to all this crap and it's like, there's some kind of programming going on. I swear to God, because I was mesmerized by everything that was going on over this virus, everything. And it's like, why am I doing this? I have a choice not to watch this stuff, not to buy into all this stuff. None of it felt right. None of it felt truthful, you know, and so I backed off from it. I've posted a few things. That's why my oldest son is having a cow and commenting negative on everything. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, I'm telling all my people, what are some of the things that you would do if you had time? Well, I have the time. I went through my room upstairs. I had cleaned out a storage. I had arts and crafts stuff all over. It's a small room anyway. My books, all my metaphysical books are up there. There's probably 500 books up there. I had to organize those. I still have to go through them. Then I have all my arts and crafts, my paintings. I'm trying to use up all the yarn that I have because my arm is starting to hurt when I crochet, so I probably won't be doing it for much longer. Yeah. And it's like, what am I doing? I'm telling everybody else to tap into their creativity. And I haven't painted for a couple years because I was all heartbroken over this guy. Oh, he put a lot of things in my life on hold. But I wouldn't be doing readings now if I hadn't met him, because I really am an introvert. So it's we all have these gifts, talents, and abilities, whether it's creativity is more than just art, okay? I did, the big one I'm working on is, I heard the saying about, the devil told the woman, he says, you will never survive the storm. And she says, I am the storm. So I have a big 2.5 foot by 3 foot painting that I'm doing on that. So it's and I quit when I quit talking to this guy, but I need to finish that. So it's just getting busy and doing things, getting out of the, I'm telling you, it was almost like programming, like mesmerizing. So I'm trying not to watch any of it. But I did watch today them about 200 people were protesting in their cars and stuff down at the Capitol in Colorado today. So, and it's like, that's crazy. Yes, Susie. I have one person ahead of you. Kay, we are doing Kay's reading. Wow. Okay, Kay, we have the King of Cups. This is somebody that's emotionally available, very loving, caring, very intuitive, okay? Very emotional. Somebody that's coming in to offer something of an emotional nature. Could be offering love, okay? Now, we have the 10 of Wands. This is being done with carrying all the responsibilities, all the burdens, okay? Susie, what's been going on? Oh, okay. Yep. You're done. You're just cleaning up the last of it and you're moving on, okay? Yes. This is in bringing in happiness and emotional fulfillment. This is, you're celebrating. You're like breaking free from those chains that have been holding you back. Okay? And I'm going to add, and again, those questions. We've hit the reset button. What are you going to create now? What are you going to do different? What new opportunities are unfolding? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? Create your life, hon. Create what you want. Create what's right for you. Okay? That's some awesome reading, girl. So keep asking yourself, what else is possible? Okay? What else is possible here? What can get better than this? What do I need to see in order to express what I'm feeling? Okay? Ask questions. and use the bubble technique to clear anything that's coming up that you feel is a blockage. Clear that story that you're telling yourself, because the more you clear the story, the points of view of other people, those old metaphors that hold us back, okay, the more you find out who you are. And have you, any of you, noticed any more spiritual growth coming in? I was telling the girls earlier, and I'm not going to cry either. Okay. So I've only heard this little voice a few times in my life. When I sat down to get a reading the other night, okay, it's this little voice popped in my head and says, "Oh, they're going to pick up on all the spiritual growth you've gone through." And I thought, okay, I'm just going to accept it, because then the ego comes in and tells you, "Oh, you're just crazy." You know, you're just, the ego comes in and tells you things like, "You're not special. What makes you think that you're better than anybody else?" Well, I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I think we have different gifts and talents and abilities. You know, these are the kind of crap that the ego pops up with, right? So I sat down and she started in on the readings. She had me crying through the whole thing. I didn't even hear half of what she said, because some of the other girls, yeah, it's afraid it's going to lose its identity. Some of the other girls who were waiting for readings in there, I am going to cry. They said, "I wouldn't have been able to make it through the last 3 months without the support of Casey. You know, she's helped me through so much of this." And they all said, "Yeah, we'd all be lost without her." And it's like, I was so humbled that's what I want to do, is help people make choices and decisions to make their lives better, you know? And it's like, that was very humbling. But I thought, you know, and it's interesting because I was told ahead of time that that they were going to pick up on the growth. I have to go back and listen to the reading, because I didn't even hear the last of the reading, because I was so busy crying over what everybody was saying, you know. But we're taught that it has to be this way and that way, and I know that it doesn't. We have gifts, talents, and abilities. We just have to allow ourselves to have them, you know. You guys could yeah, you guys can help in so many different ways. The thing is you got to allow yourself those talents, you know. So, Susie, you still here, hun? Yeah, exactly. You know, I spent a few months, girl, I've been doing readings for 35 years, but it's only been family. You can veto me. You can veto me. But the thing is, the more we clear away those points of view, the story we tell ourselves, the more we find out who we are. Because it just drives me nuts, because you have to do this, that, and that, or you don't fit in, you don't belong, you know. And it's like, it's crazy. But why would God give you free will for the churches to take it away from you, you know? So I just try to show you guys that you have options, you know? And that's the thing. My girls could never understand why they say, "Well, people walk all over you. Why do you let people walk all over you?" Well, the thing is, I go and do my own thing, okay? I don't have to buy into their points of view, you know. But then too, you've got to look at it when people throw a bunch of negativity on you, then you've got to work through all that negativity also. That's the thing. And you know, the Wicca talk about do what you will, but harm none, you know. And then if you go in and read about the Akashic records and how Saint Germain approached the lords of karma and said, there's got to be an easier way for mankind to achieve mastery of this earth plane, right? And they said, well, we'll think about what you're offering, because we know how mankind has abused free will. So they said, okay, well, we're going to take your energy, your light, and give it to a few people that are devotees. Well, they did such a good job with it, they opened it up for everybody to use the violet flame to transform things. But it's like, you know, you think about this. I think one of the biggest things is, I'm sorry if anybody here is very religious. I go nuts because organized religion drives me nuts. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. The thing is, why would God give you free will in order for the churches to take it away from you? Okay? That just drives me absolutely wild. And so I want you guys to know that you have choices and decisions, you know? I need to get Susie's reading done so she can call it a night. Girl, you got some good cards. Susie, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, this is somebody very passionate. Yeah, Jesus tried to, he told us that you can do all these things that I can do and more. Okay? And then we're told that we can't. So it's and then they took out a lot of the books written by women, the feminine energy out and stuff. There's a lot of books coming out on Mary Magdalene right now. Okay. Well, anyway, passions, desires, creativity. This is forward movement. And we're talking about passions, desires, and creativity right now. Whether this is a person, okay, or it is an energy, there's definitely forward movement. Aww. So how hard would it be for you to really sincerely sit down and talk to him, hon? One at a time. One at a time. So, yeah, this is tapping in. Good night, happy vibes. And then we have the Six of Cups. Okay, this is nostalgia. This is longing. Whether it's longing for something from childhood. Good night, Kay. Okay. I don't know if it's, honey, I don't do the signs because a lot of times that confuses the issue. I just give you the energy of the cards rather than what the signs are, because you may be talking about a Capricorn and it may be an Aries, you know. So I kind of never got into that part. But this is, like I said, nostalgia, longing. Could be a need to tap into the inner child. Okay. Was it people family that you hurt tonight? But this could be somebody or someone coming back from the past also. But this is something that needed to happen. This is something that was meant to be, okay? Something was meant to be. This is in divine timing, okay? It's the wheel is moving forward in your favor. Yeah. But it's something that needed to happen. Okay. Sometimes that's so hard because, you've got to look at yourself as a mother and then as a daughter. And then you've got to look at yourself as a person too. And you didn't show. Yeah. So it's I don't know, girl. I pulled more and more card. I have two people coming together in a love relationship. The wheel is turning in your favor, and then I get the love relationship. Okay. The thing is, you have to find that balance in there between being a parent and being a woman. So does this guy have any signs of being the same way as your father? Girl, use the bubble technique. Everything that pops up, everything that your dad ever told you, everything that your dad has ever done to you, put into that bubble. It helps. It helps. Because my dad was bad. Both my husbands were bad. I've spent the last 21 years of my life working on me. I learned healing technique after healing technique. Usually people go out to heal other people. I just took it all to heal myself. But see, that might be what this card is too. Something from well, yeah, he's your father. Okay, this is something coming up from the past. So now it's time to heal it. It's time to heal it. See? Divine timing. Something that's come up from the past and it's time to heal it. Okay. Are you talking about you still love your dad or you still love this guy? Have you talked to him at all tonight? Ugh. Okay. You have to do what's right for you, regardless of what anybody else says. As long as you are happy, then your kids are going to be happy. Okay? I mean, in a loving, healthy relationship. He looks like him a little bit. Well, as long as he looks like him and he doesn't act like him. Have you talked to him since he didn't show up? Everybody's doing a lot of the rethinking right now, hon. And it's so hard. I raised my older two children by myself, and then I raised my younger two children by myself. And it's hard to find that balance between you as a person and you as a mother, And just because you love somebody doesn't mean that you have to have them in your life, Again, choices and decisions. My children, my older children cannot see how their dad is such a narcissist. They think it's all just me. Of course, that was part of what he programmed my family to say. Wow. I know that's hard, girl. And I know your heart's breaking right now. So if you try the bubble technique, put in that feeling of that heartbreak right in the middle of the bubble. Okay? because I have done that a lot lately, and I'm crying, and I put it in the bubble, and I'm using the bubble, and I could just feel the energy. Are you sure he doesn't hate him because he's afraid he's going to hurt you? Yeah. See, I waited until my last child was out of the house before I even tried online dating. I know how to tell scammers. They look at my age and they think, oh, she's dumb. She's going to love me. She's so lonely. She's going to love me and she's going to give me all her money. It's like, yeah, right. I don't have any money to give anybody. You too, huh? Yeah, I'm not doing online dating again, ever. If I'm going to meet somebody, it's going to be out face to face. And I quit listening to every reading that I listen to say the same thing. Somebody's coming back. Somebody's giving you an apology. Somebody from the past. They want to. Somebody wants to move forward into a relationship. Oh yeah, online dating sucks. And I thought I had closed them all down. And then I got an email from somebody that was answering an email I supposedly sent. Somebody had hacked my account. So I tried, it was Plenty of Fish. I tried notifying them because I said, you need to let these people know. You need to let these people know that it's not me messaging them. It took them a whole freaking week and a half to get back to me. And by then I had already deleted the account. It's like, I don't want anybody else to get scammed. But by then they already put the phone number out. Hi, Omen. Do you want a general reading or a love reading, hun? So it's like, no, I had to just clear out that energy. But you know what? It's probably good that it got hacked because then I was aware of it and I closed out that energy too. Everything's energy. You know what, Susie, now's the time to focus on love of yourself first. I don't know if I can get that specific, Omen. But I'll tell you, we come in about groups of 500. Okay, we come in groups of about 500. And we, see, I don't think I'm going to be able to tell that. You know what? Let me grab my pendulum. Let me do it with the pendulum. Okay. Permission to ask questions. Okay, what's a yes? What's a no? Okay. Did Robert James and Nancy Jewell have past lives together? Yes. Yes. Like I said, we come in groups of about 500. I had an example of that the other night. I was doing some readings on my Facebook. It was like family night or something. That was weird because my oldest son popped on, my youngest son popped on, my oldest niece, 3 of my great nieces all popped on. My niece from Texas popped on. Somebody else popped on. And then 2 people popped on for readings. And this guy popped on. He said, hi, Serena. He said he was so pleased with the reading that I gave him. Okay, that's 2. Oh, well, since I didn't pull cards. Okay. So he called his girlfriend. She came on and she got was in the past night. So she came on and got her reading. Yes, you were. Okay. And I'm fine, honey. So then he started telling me afterwards, he goes, you're related to Janice. And I said, yeah. He goes, well, Janice is my girlfriend's sister-in-law. And he said, it's still family. It's still interconnectedness. Like I said, we all come in about 500 people in soul groups in order to help each other learn stuff, okay? You're welcome, woman. Oh, you're subscribed. Thank you, hon. So it's like, it's interesting. Yeah, we all come in to help each other learn things. Okay, Serena, honey, did you want love or did you want general reading? Thank you, KK. Yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Serena and then KK. So how's everybody tonight? Since we have some new people here, I'm going to ask some questions, okay? Some things for you to think about. Okay. So we've been put into a position where we've had to hit a reset button. What would you create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life now? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? Some things to think about. Okay. The thing is, we're infinite beings. We have the ability to manifest things we want. Why can't you do that without money? Really, KK, why can't you do that without money? We should be able to create all of that without money. Money is only an energy. This is why one of the things that I have you guys clear with the bubble technique. I am in Colorado, hon. See? You know, people are pitching in and showing that they care for each other too, you know? Yeah. But the thing is, one of the things, like I started to say, one of the reasons I have you clear things with the bubble technique, yes, I'm in Colorado. It's better to give than it is to receive. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for your money. Okay. These are programs. Okay. Anything associated with that. Okay. Because we should be able to manifest whatever we want, big or small. It's just a belief system that's holding us back. Okay? So it's we should be able to manifest anything. It's just those seeds are planted. That program we tell ourselves. What do we allow ourselves to have? You know, like I said, I asked one time after I had read the Bible and Jesus talking about all these gifts that we have. And it's like, okay, universe, what gifts do I have? And they said, you have them all. But the thing is, what do I allow myself? I just get off on my little soapbox. Okay, somebody's defensive. Okay, somebody feels like they have a lot of things coming at them right now. I don't think it's all you. Okay, he's just dealing with a lot of stuff right now. But the love is there. There's two people coming together as one in a love relationship. And then I have the star card. That's a wish card. It's a fulfillment card. Oh, yeah. Honey, we got the ultimate love relationship here. Yeah. Focus on what you want. Focus on the healing. And another thing too is, you know what, honey? Men can only handle one thing at a time. They can only focus on one thing at a time. If he's got a lot of things coming at him, then he's not going to answer. Okay? But there's a love relationship there somewhere that's going to bring in happiness, emotional balance. Okay? Feeling vulnerable. Because you make him feel vulnerable. That's why. Girl, that's another second question like that has to have a donation. That's standing rule. My that's what my boss says. Taddy and Sunny Day. Sunny Day called me out on that one time too. So visualize what you want, hon. Visualize the end result and start giving thanks for it. Maribel, yeah, there's one person ahead of you, okay? If they're feeling vulnerable with you, I'm going through the same thing. And it's interesting because I actually messaged him last month and told him, I know you know how to take care of yourself, but please be careful of this, because he's a first responder. He's an RN and a helicopter pilot for Flight for Life. He actually said, thank you. And then about an hour later, I got a message. Be healthy, be safe for you and yours. And I thought, that's unusual. He thought about it and he sent me an additional message. So something shifted. I don't know. Maybe do you message him with something specific, or do you try to keep it light, hon? That's a thing. If they're feeling defensive, then that's what they do. Okay, KK, you're next, and then Maribel. Oh. Okay, I have the Queen of Cups. Now, these are gender neutral, so it could be you or it could be them. I have the Queen of Cups, somebody sensitive, loving, caring, emotionally available, offering a cup of love. Are you being called to heal? Okay. We'll talk about healing here in a minute, okay? Then we have the Knight of Swords. In this deck, this is a very spiritual card, okay? Okay, we'll talk about so this is somebody that this is a fast moving card, okay? But it's also it's not just being intellectual, it's not just being in their head, it's a very spiritual card, okay? The eagle represents soaring in the heavens with God, and this is truth and clarity, okay? And so that's almost like a couple right there. But the thing is, this person's not emotionally available. They're not open to receiving at this point. So I don't think that, okay, this is where I'm going to get into. Has he asked you to do any healing work? I'm fine, RM2. How are you? The thing is, one of the things that I was told, okay, what I was told is if you do healing work on them and they have not asked for it, well, maybe you were a healer in a past life. Okay. Does he know what you do? The thing is, we can't interfere with that free will. We've had vivid dreams about it. So next time you have the dream, ask, is this giving me permission to work on him? Is this him asking me to work on him? Because we can't interfere with that free will. That's one of the hardest things I ever had to learn with healing work, is you might have a solution for them that you know will work, but they've got to be open and receptive to it and ask for it. Otherwise, you're interfering. That is such a hard lesson to learn, girl. Got you on the list, Jamie, okay? And we'll do RM2. But it's... You've been cleaning again, RM2? So, yeah, ask some questions around that. Ask some questions in the dreams. Oh, yeah, dust can do all kinds of stuff. It's hard. You know, we have, you know, like I say, you know, the universe made an agreement of free will for us, and the universe cannot interfere unless we ask, you know. So, yeah. Maribel, you're next, hon. Oh, interesting cards. Okay. Maribel, first card up is the death card. This is transmutation and change. There is no death. There's only change from one state to another. Okay, you're going through some kind of changes right now, and this is through you making choices and decisions, okay? You've made some choices and decisions that's just changing everything. Next card is the King of Cups. Okay, this is somebody that's emotionally available, very loving, caring, gentle. Okay. They are offering a cup of love. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay, this is somebody very passionate. No, it's Maribel. This is you. This is you, hon. This is you. Transformation and change due to decisions and choices that you have made, okay? Somebody coming in to offer something of an emotional nature, okay? Very loving, giving, emotional, sensitive. Now, it's interesting because these are both kings, okay? But they're gender neutral. So we have one person that lives in their emotions, okay? Get them right. And another one that's very, that lives in their passions and their creativity, okay? This is more emotional. Well, this one can be too, but this is a very, very passionate relationship. This is a very loving one, okay? Are you having to make a choice between two people, or is this you and the other person? Did that make sense, hon? Let me know. Yes, it does make sense. Okay. Jamie, you're next. Jamie and then RM2. And then that'll probably be it for the night. Since we got a couple new people, I'm going to ask you questions. So we've been put in a position to where we had to hit a reset button. What would you create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? Okay, Jamie. RM2 and I usually talk every day, but it's been kind of crazy energy all week. Jamie. You're tired? Yeah, I bet you are. Okay. Somebody's going through some spiritual growth. Ooh, you're going through some changes. Okay. This is, to me, in this deck, this is a very spiritual card. Okay. For one thing, it almost looks like the cross. You know how they show the new crosses with the cloth draped across it? So that to me represents spirituality. And then the eagle is also spirituality. No, this is Jamie. Okay, RM2, you're next. So this is a very, very spiritual card. Okay, this is soaring in the heavens with the universe. It's new beginnings, new growth. Okay. Then we have the Knight of Wands. This is a fast moving energy, not the fastest, but there's new growth coming in. What do you want to create? Again, we were just talking about that. The questions, the growth, the what excites you to wake up to in the morning? It could be a person, okay, very, very passionate person. But at the same time, I kind of think it's you too. You got decisions and choices to make about things that you want to do. There it is. New beginnings. Starting all over with a clean slate. New lessons coming in. New beginnings. This is like a rebirth. This is a reset. We were just talking about that. Okay. It is starting all over with a clean slate. This is stepping off into new lessons, new beginnings with faith and trust in the universe. Does that make sense, hon? cool cards. RM2, let's get you done so you can get to bed. She's 2 hours ahead of me. And she's got to work tomorrow. She's working from home. She's like recreating her whole job description. You're welcome, hon. Okay. Okay. 7 of coins. Seeds were planted. RM2's in New York. I'm in Colorado. Yeah. RM2's in New York. Yeah. So the seeds have been planted. Everything's growing. Everything's coming to maturity. It's time for the harvest. Okay. So the things you've been waiting for, that you've been planning on for a long time, are starting to come in. Knight of Swords. Forward movement, action, truth, clarity. Tapping into spirit. Tapping into your spirituality. Okay. Forward movement. And this is taking time, the Hermit, taking time to go within and know thyself. Okay? What do you want? You know, what do you desire? The more you know yourself, the more you know what you want, the more you can go out and shine your light in the world. And you're doing that right now. You're focused on job. Okay? You're focused on moving forward. You're focused toward your goals. So I think there's just a few more things that you need to tweak and define, okay? Have a little bit more patience. Well, this is a fast-moving card, okay? But at the same time, have you sat down and really drawn a picture of your mind, your mind and of what you want? You know, kind of visualize them. Okay. One of the things that I was taught as a trick to go in and create a spiritual room in your mind. Okay, so the first one I ever created was a room that had a great big screen TV with a keyboard attached to it, and it was just a big white room. It had white furniture. I don't know why I made everything white. But I would go in, you could go in and tap into the computer with the big TV screen. And if you turn it red, you can ask the universe for something, hit enter, and send it out to the universe. And then when you want to answer, you turn the computer screen blue and you wait for an answer to come through. So you can also go in and visualize and what you want in that room. Okay. I discovered that when I bring people into that room, I can diagnose some things. And that's kind of scary thing to do anymore. You know, I could tell them things that they were going through, and that's not one of the things that I chose to pursue. So, but you could do all kinds of creative things with that room too. So if you go in and build your mind, you can build what you want your house to look like in that mind, in your mind also like that. And it's funny because in that room, I became a therapist. So in my mind, that's the room where I invite people into. And if I'm going to talk to them, you can bring them in and have conversations with them. I brought one person in. Every time I went back to my room, all he did was hug me. Okay. This person, all he needed was somebody to love him, just to give him a hug. Yeah. So That's a tool. So because I invite people into that, it didn't feel like my space anymore. So I went in and created this beautiful like environmental type house. There's the forest over here. There's a little bit of a clearing. I'm on like a cliff, and there's a waterfall right here. So that's my space. I don't invite anybody into that. That's my space. That's my creative space. So when I want something, I go in and I put it into that space. Okay, I visualized an elevator going up and down. Or I just took back permission for them not to come into my room anymore. So, yes. Anybody else have any questions? Did I miss anybody that still wants a reading? Did everybody get all their questions answered tonight? Wasn't anything else you guys wanted to talk about tonight? You're welcome, hon. There's all kinds of tools and techniques to use. Why are you crying, Sunny Day? So pick one topic right now, KK. What's your most pending question right now? Cool, RM2. Yeah, we've never talked about that room before. Good dog, Nigel. You haven't been here for a while. How you been? KK. Oh, how do you? Okay. First thing you want to do, KK, is when you do healing, you kind of have to step back and let the universe work through you. I don't think I'd be able to do the tarot cards if I hadn't learned to do that. It's just kind of stepping back out of the way. Yeah, that is possible. I'm good. So, okay, 3 cards. Good dog. The thing is, you have to get past your ego. So, for example, have you learned Reiki, KK? Okay, let me do Good Dog Nigel real quick. Okay, somebody's feeling very defensive. Can you convert your... No, you need a different paper, hon. Because the water won't absorb in the acrylic papers. You can use the same brushes, a lot of the same brushes, but you can't use the same paper. Okay. I'm sorry, good dog. This is somebody's feeling very defensive right now, okay? They feel like they have a lot of things coming at them, okay? And they're feeling overwhelmed. But I have the Queen of Pentacles here. This is somebody that's very stable, secure, knows what they want, okay? It's good family person, okay? No, RM2. Okay. But it's somebody that's in touch with their gratitude, takes time to get in touch with nature. This is somebody that knows how to manifest exactly what they want, okay? But then I have the Emperor. This is a figure of authority. It could be like a father figure, a father of children, It could be a boss, somebody that's in charge. Okay. They have or you could be involved with a person that likes to take charge. Okay. Does that make sense? You have a good one, Sunny Day. Okay, Oman, if you want to ask another question, that would have to be on a donation basis, because I gave you 2 questions earlier and I shouldn't have. That's only because I was using the pendulum. Because it's usually just 1 question. If you want more, then you would need to donate. Not really? Okay, well then we need to change deck. Let me see. Sometimes if they don't make sense. I was distracted, so it may be that I just needed to change decks. Always be honest with me. If it doesn't make sense, tell me. Yeah. So we'll talk about your healing stuff in a minute, KK. Okay, good dog, Nigel. Yes, it could be a female that likes to take charge. I show new beginnings. It could be, yeah, this could be, okay. Do you have new jobs coming in? Because this could be new beginnings in job. Okay. It could be cutting through lots of obstacles. There's new things opening up. Okay. There's definitely new beginnings. Okay. Something that's intellectual. Okay. I do show, okay, this is the devil card. It could be a codependent relationship, but a lot of times it's the points of view, the belief systems, the story we tell ourselves that keep us from moving forward. I feel like you could accomplish a lot more things if you had more faith in yourself, if you didn't buy into what everybody, okay. Well, if you believe you're stuck, you're going to be stuck, okay? I do, if you look at my playlists and look under classes, there's something called the bubble technique. It's a way to go in and clear the stories we tell ourselves or the belief systems we have. One of the first things you would want to clear is that you have to work hard for your money. Okay, creativity should not be hard work, okay? Money doesn't grow on trees. That's another one. Okay, yeah, it does. It's made from paper. But these are self-limiting beliefs and stuff that you're holding yourself back. But you're moving forward into something better. Okay, there's more stability, more grounding, and more success coming in. Okay, does that make more sense, hon? But go in and take a look under the playlist and look for classes and look for the bubble technique. It's a video. It's under 4 minutes. Okay, and anything you're feeling frustration or anything. Okay, cool. Ambush. Did you want a reading, hon? Okay. Yeah, because it's so out of our reality not to. Yeah, that's what I said. Who's Nancy? So KK, everybody has the ability to heal. You just need to pick which ones resonate with you, okay? And girl, I tried to go in and talk to the coronavirus, I went in and asked, because everything's energy. I went in and asked permission to talk to the consciousness of the virus. I was a little bit overwhelmed. And as a spiritual being, that shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened because everything's energy. But if I ever went in to do that again, I think I would have to do it with a bunch of people. But you know what's funny is when I think the virus heard me because I almost feel like I have a barrier around me. It's weird. There's like a circle around me that's holding the virus back. I'm thinking that I got to some of the consciousness. You're welcome, good dog. Yeah, we haven't seen you for a few weeks, so good luck with your business. So it's well, I tried. I remember when my son was about 10, one of my friends taught him a healing technique called Wernicke correction, and the first thing he did was start going into clearing statements that people had told him. The bubble technique makes it simpler, okay? But so he started clearing stuff, and my friend was explaining to me how to go into surrogate for other people. Yeah. Well, I explained to it that it may have coexisted with other beings before, but right now it's killing its hosts. A lot of its hosts, so it's cautious. Yeah. So my son went into surrogate for everybody in the world. He got sick real quick. Real quick. We had to have him. Oh yeah, he was pretty much crushed. So we had to get him out of surrogate real quick. And he still remembers that. And it was interesting because he went in to do some healing work on my oldest son's sister-in-law was the same age as him. I think that this virus is, I don't know, it's a trigger for awakening, I think. So my son went into, so my oldest son's sister-in-law was the same age as him. And he went in to go in and do some healing work on her. And he was scanning her body and he said he saw a spider. Well, when we asked him to describe it, it was actually a scorpion and it was up and down her spine. And when he made her aware of it, then she was like yelling and telling him, get it off. And so we had to call my friend because I wasn't aware that he was doing this. So she told her how to clear that off. And she doesn't remember that. But the energy came in that it was her father. Her father was real abusive and never there and stuff. It would be, did you want PayPal or Cash App, hon? So, we all have the healing techniques. It's just what, and he was young and very open to all this stuff. He won't do it now, but he's 27 now. But he had that experience to know that he can do all that stuff. It's just what we allow ourselves to do. And with me, like, I know I have other abilities, but I'm picking and choosing. And I've always learned things too. Oh gosh. Yeah. So about 3 weeks ago, we had an Elena come in. Yeah, well, it's all energy. It's not so much. Okay, so this is what I was going to tell you about Reiki. They teach you symbols in Reiki to access the energy. Okay. But the thing is, I had a teacher 45 years ago that explained to us that we don't need those things. Okay. It's to get past the ego. So once you learn the symbols and stuff, relax and trust yourself enough to know that you can tap into that energy. Yeah, without using the symbols. It's good to start out with. It helps you get past that subconscious mind, but it's all just energy. Yeah. And yeah. But the thing is, you can't go in and do the healing without their permission. You know what, hon? There's no right and wrong, but that's the thing. In the universe, there's no right and wrong. It's only experience. It's experience. And yeah, I know I second guess myself. When I do readings, I second guess myself. We're all that same energy. We're all that same energy. We're just tapping into the oneness. And there is no right or wrong. It's only experience. You see, that's you clear all of that in the bubble. Okay? That's a belief system. That's a program. That's a story that you're telling yourself. Clear it, hon. So I was going to tell you about 3 weeks back. Yeah. It works. What can I say? About three weeks ago, I had an Elena come in, and I think we did 4 hours on that night. She was having some troubles, and we went in and did healing work on her. I try not to do it on YouTube, okay? But she came in and she was complaining about things, and I taught her a technique where you go in and, what the hell, I'll teach you. Close your eyes and visualize your energy field around your body. Look at this energy field and see if you have anything floating around in the energy field. Any little dots, spots, blocks, anything unusual, okay? And if you do, try to turn it white. If it won't turn white, try to turn it green and then turn it white. Okay? If it won't turn white, then you're gonna make the opposite of it. Say if you've got something that's a dark blue, you're going to create the color opposite of it in an orange, and then you're going to bounce them together, and it's going to clear that energy. And she had something attached to her, and once she cleared what was attached to her, she felt like her healing techniques were better, and it opened up a whole new level of energy that was being blocked. And it seemed to be multi-generational. And a scientist taught me that technique. So, and also scan the body and see if there's anything in there too, because what she found was an implant. Okay, so it's like a hole. So if it was a hole, I would probably ask the Archangel Raphael to come in and do some healing on it. Because if it's a tear in the auric field like that, I would call in the archangels. He's the healing angel. So call him in and ask him to heal the auric field and hi Daisy, and then scan it and see if it's any better, hon. Yeah. So and there's nothing stronger than one of the archangels. They're also a high vibration healing energy. Okay, Daisy, did you want a general question or a love question, hun? And sometimes we need to call in other beings to help us with the healing work, you know. But again, it still goes back to what are you using for spiritual protection, and are you staying grounded? My neighbor and I were going to do the class on the grounding, but I may go in and do the one on well, you're creating it, RM2. Okay. You're creating it, hon. I want this deck. Did it make a difference? And scan again and make sure there's nothing else floating around in the auric field. It looks patched. Okay. So also scan the rest of your auric field and yeah, and then then check the body and see if there's anything unusual in the body. Whoa, what have you got going on, Daisy? Okay, tell me if this doesn't make sense, okay? First card up, Daisy, is the Ten of Swords. Just close your eyes and just keep. No, just kind of. You've got a general idea of anatomy, so just kind of scan your body and see, or if there's. Okay, ask for your attention to be drawn to anything that doesn't belong there. Let's do that way. Tell me if this doesn't make sense. Okay, Daisy, I have the Ten of Swords. This is, you're done with being used, abused, stabbed in the back, talked about. Okay, you're done. You're done. You're moving forward into something new. Okay. And then I have, this is, so that card makes sense anyway. So this is a person that puts you down Okay, your boss is clear. Okay, this is a person that likes to put you down in order to feel better about themselves. Okay, now this card is about shadows and illusions. Body's clear? Okay. Okay. Just occasionally just go in and check your body. Ah, yeah. Didn't we pull this card for you before, Daisy? Yeah. Shadows and illusions. Okay. Now, I'm going to read you because I keep recommending this book for everybody. It's called The Dark Side of the Light Chasers. We're the yin and yang. We are the dark and the light. Okay. So when we push away parts of ourselves, okay, the danger of ignoring your shadow side is dismissing how you feel, ignoring your limitations, and not seeing them for what they are. Your challenge is to accept them as a teaching. Okay? You're learning from them and how to grow through these boundaries. These are helping you to evolve and embrace other sides of yourself. Hi, hon. Okay? So I want, anything that you don't like about yourself or that people are telling you that you shouldn't like about yourself, that's wrong. Okay. You actually need to clear that. Hi, Avril. You made it, huh? Okay. So follow your intuition, follow your knowing. This is somebody that makes mountains out of molehills. Okay. Now, this is focusing on the past. I want you to reframe that thinking a little bit. I don't want you to look at the things that have happened in the past. I want you to look at how far you have come. Okay? Tweak that thinking just a little bit. You know, look at how far you have come, how much you have accomplished. You need to see it from a different perspective. You need to see, it's like an encouragement, okay? If you can start doing that, we have the 10 of Pentacles, okay? There's a possible relationship coming in, support from the universe. Good. Keep focusing on it. Write it down. Look at it. Every time you accomplish something, pay attention to that, okay? This is unconditional love and support from the universe. This is emotional fulfillment, okay? It's coming in. And it's funny because this is the Kabbalah, okay? That's the tree of life. You're learning lots and lots of lessons. Good for you, girl. Good. So now all you have to do is, hun, please buy that book. Either they have it on hayhouse.com. They have it in an audio version too if you don't have time. Yes, focus on the positive. Reframe all those things that pop up. And I have the bubble technique in the playlist under classes. It's under 4 minutes. It helps you clear out anything that pops up, okay? You got good things coming in, hon. You just need to clear some of this other stuff. And I'm sure a lot of the things that your mom has told you in the past or done to you is caused some things that you need to clear. You clear those things and you're going to be sailing, girl. Does that make sense? Okay. Simran, how are you, hon? You too, Avril. Again, that's what I was saying. I asked everybody this question earlier. Oh, we can talk about that, hon. Yeah. Okay. So let me do these 2 readings and then we'll talk about that. Good dog, Nigel. Because I think every time you come on, we have personal readings. Okay. Simran and Avril, are you here, hon? You're welcome, Daisy. If they don't answer, then we can go in and talk. Okay, she's here. I know, we're on different time zones. Okay. Okay, so, okay, you're walking away from something into a new adventure. Okay, so these cards are not spilled, so I don't think it's you're walking away from something emotional. Okay, this is walking away into a new adventure. But you're you should be taking a rest, but you're still on edge, you're still defensive. Okay, you're ready to like jump up at a second's notice and defend yourself. This is for Simran. Okay. So you need a real break, a real break. As if we haven't had that already, but I get the feeling that you're probably working real hard anyway and haven't taken any time for yourself. But this is forward movement. This is stability. This is building something very, very solid, okay? Very stable. And this is inviting other people to come in also and work on building this, okay? Does that make sense, hon? Let me know if it makes sense. Okay, good. Avril, you're next, hon. What time is it there, hon? Yeah, I bet. You know, it's we've got people jumping the gun here, so yeah. Okay, you're going through some stuff. Okay, so we have the world here. This is a completion. Yeah. Oh yeah, it shows in your cards too. This is a completion. You're finishing up some major lessons. Okay, you are successfully completed lessons. You're ready to move on to new lessons now. Okay, this is just finishing up the last of it and getting ready to move into the new energy. You're ready to start over to reset. Okay. Now, this is walking away from something with regret. No, it's not. Not in this deck. Okay. This is somebody that's lies and deceit and sneaky. It could be somebody that ghosted you also. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely, look at his face. He's definitely sneaking away. Yep. That's what it is. Now you're stuck in your head. You can't make a decision and choice because you can't move past this energy. Okay. So yeah, this is a self-made prison. You need to reframe the thinking process. Okay. Her hands are loose enough that she could take the bindings off. She could take the blindfold off, grab grab a sword and cut the rest of the bindings off, and then you're good to go. You need to reframe the thinking process. So I want you to start focusing on everything you've accomplished in your life and where you want to go. Focus on the end result, okay? Focus on the end result and start giving thanks for what you want, okay? Because we do have forward movement here, okay? This is victory. Okay, you don't quite have a handle on things yet, but it is definitely forward movement, and it's in divine timing, okay? So it's coming. Just start focusing on things that you want to accomplish in your life, you know, and how far that you've come. And yeah, I know it's hard. Does that make sense, hon? Okay, so I was the youngest of 3 children. My sisters were 13 and 15 years older than me, good dog. Okay. And so I was pretty much raised by myself with a mother that didn't want me. It always makes sense, she says. Well, good, hon. And a father that wanted to have another child so he could be around to see it grow up, but then ended up in a job that he worked nights all the time, and then he'd sleep all day. So from the time I could walk, I think my mom threw me outside and I wandered the neighborhoods. So I was always alone. And I think that I had some things happen as a child that were very intuitive in nature, because I was scared to death all the time. I used to sleep with my blankets over my head, summer and winter. I was so scared, and I was scared of the wolves under my bed. But then my mom died when I was 11, so I was stuck with my dad. He had to go to days, and he didn't know the first thing about raising a child, and he was not a nice person. My mom was always the buffer. Of course, so he beat me down. And then I jumped from the frying pan into the fire into an abusive relationship that was worse than my dad. This was physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially, everything. And I kind of always did my own thing. I didn't fit in with them. They were like drug addicts and alcoholics, and I kind of just did my own thing. I didn't like doing all that stuff. And of course I didn't fit in, so they were putting me down all the time. And it seemed like the more they put me down, the more they put me down, eventually I started thinking, wait a minute, there's something wrong with this picture. Because I know I didn't do this, and I know I didn't do that. And I knew for 3 years that I was going to get rid of him. And then because I took so long, that's when I had a tower movement. The universe stepped in and created a situation that I had to get rid of him. So, and the reason I didn't get rid of him because is I was afraid that I couldn't raise my kids and support my kids by myself. And the only thing I ever had was God. You know, I was always alone. So after I got rid of him, then we started going to, I started taking some classes. Her name was Yvonne Chardello. It started out as meditation classes. And so everything that she ever taught me over those 2 years, this is the only person that I've ever had as a teacher that was 100% right on everything that she had ever said. And it was kind of funny. The first meditation I ever got into is, if you look at the Native American teachers, they talk about the sacred spiral. And I didn't learn this till later. So the first meditation I ever got into, I was writing a spiral. And I said, wow, tapping into things right away. So I had the ability, but she taught us so many things, but I still had to work through the fears and the insecurities, and I was sick all the time, all my life. So I took like a therapeutic, God always brings you the right people. I ran into was working with a gal that did nutrition and vitamins. So I started doing that. And then I walked into Vitamin Cottage one day and picked up a little book called The Way of Herbs, started clearing up more problems. Then I took therapeutic touch and Reiki and Mother's Touch and stuff to use on myself. A lot of healers go out and learn all this stuff. They're sick all the time, but they learn this stuff to use it on other people. Well, I kept learning all this stuff to use it on me. And then I would, then I teach it to everybody else. So, but it's, I don't know, just one day I just picked up the tarot cards and started playing with them. And I've probably done 35 years of tarot cards, scared of them at first, because you know how the churches teach you that it's evil and everything. But I think I've always had somebody talking to me and reassuring me. And I just did it for all those years. And I've always been an introvert, very shy, and just learning all the healing techniques and doing my tarot for family and stuff. And when you're ready, the teacher appears, you just start learning new things and techniques and gosh, I've probably learned 40 different techniques. And if people ask, then I'll teach them. I learned access bars. Now that's like a supercharged version of the bubble that goes in and clears out a whole bunch of stuff at once rather than one thing at a time like the bubble does. But it's, and then I had a person that came in and changed my whole life. And then I started doing tarot on Facebook, and then did that for a year, and then finally started doing YouTube. So it's like the more they put me down, the more I was isolated, the more I turned within, like the hermit talks about going within and finding out who you are. I'm not saying that I'm there yet. I still clear stuff all the time, points of view and the story I tell myself and everything. So it's just, but if I can teach you guys this stuff when you're younger, yeah. Exactly. That's everything in a nutshell, But the thing is, we have choices and decisions. And this is one of the things that I tell people is 99% of the time, you already know what I'm going to tell you. We just second guess ourselves. If you don't like something I tell you in a reading, make a choice, change it. Because you are a powerful being and you have that free will and choice, use it. Okay? I could give you a reading. You don't like something you hear, you can make a choice. You can totally invalidate everything that I just told you. Might have been valid at that second that I told you, in those few minutes that I told you. You just make a choice. You can change everything. Okay? And this is my truth. Question everything. Everything that I tell you. Everything anybody tells you. You need to find your own truth, your own clarity. We're all different. We're all here to learn different things. Okay? We are all supposed to be honoring each other's differences, but we're in man's reality, and it's telling us that if we're different, we don't fit in. We have to do this, that, or we don't fit in, or there's something wrong with us. Okay? The thing is, we're not supposed to be the same. That's the thing. And if I could reach people to teach you that, the thing is too, I look at these spiritual classes that I would like to take. They're $1,200, $900, $2,000. It's like, no, spirituality should not be that expensive. I'm going to start a series of classes, and they're going to be $10. My neighbor and I are going to do them. $10 for class, or whatever. We're going to put them probably on Udemy. They have sales from $11.99, $13.99, whatever. But she's got 2 little kids to support too. So yeah. And then I've been an introvert and shy and quiet and everything all my life and stuck in my head. And I am a Libra, sun, moon, rising, Neptune, and something else. And it's nuts. I have to balance everything. They laugh at me because I tell them when I eat M&Ms, I have to line 2 of each color up in lines, and I have to eat 1 on each side in order for it to be balanced. It's just a crazy little quirk. There's such a need for balance, but I have to step back and really look at things, What good is it? Well, see, that's what we're taught, is limitation and judgment. How can anybody find who they are, what they're doing? And my girls judge me all the time because they say, you let people walk all over you. But the thing is, they're judging me as a reflection of who they are rather than who I truly am. And one of the things that I put out into the universe when I have a relationship that finally comes in is I want somebody that sees me for who I am, that sees me and can accept me for who I am. Because I'm, a lot of people think I'm quirky. My grandson I was judged all my life, even my kids, It's interesting because my grandsons are older now. They're 26 and 23, I think. We listen to everybody judge you and tell you we're weird and everything all our lives, and we think you're the smartest person we know. It's like, no, I'm just trying to teach you some clarity. Oh, yeah. And the thing about the hidden stuff, one of the things that I found out about a hidden stuff, the more you have hidden, the more it's going to reflect in your children or your grandchildren. RM2 was on there the other night because I need to go back and listen to that reading because you guys all jumped in and started, talking about all the things that I've done for you guys and stuff. And I was so busy crying that I didn't even hear the reading, That was very humbling. Very humbling. I wasn't expecting that, Look at me, I'm going to cry again. So but spirituality shouldn't be expensive, and I know the shamans talk about there needs to be an exchange of energy. That's why we're going to, set up a series of classes, because $10 is pretty affordable for most people, and it's an exchange of energy, So, yeah. I was trying to do the readings the other night, and I cried on 3 readings the other night because I had just got through having that reading when everybody was talking about everything that I had done for them, and it's like I cried through the last of the readings too. When the person is ready, the teacher appears, And I didn't say nothing as a child to the abuse that I was going through, and it appeared in my children. and then I became very, very vocal about everything, you know, very vocal. So it's we all have our stories, and I seem to be one of the things that's popping up is, because they tell you, you know don't don't get hung up on your stories, but at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, I seem to be turning into a storyteller. I seem to be needing to tell people my story in order to encourage them to make changes. So it's like, okay, universe, this is something that we need to work out. Where is it where I am buying into my story, and where is it where I am teaching, sharing? So it's just yeah. It's, and I know somebody's coming in and talking to me at night. They're teaching me things, and it was funny because before I went into the reading the other night that RM2 was on, I had a little voice. I told her, I said, I had a little voice pop in my head and said, they're going to detect the spiritual changes you've been through lately. And that's one of the first things that she talked about in the reading. And I said, wow. Because a lot of times, and we were talking about this, a lot of times when we have that little voice pop up, because I remember thinking as a child that I had all these talents and gifts, and my grandma had been taking me to a Baptist church, and they're teaching us the opposite, and it's like, so you're second guessing yourself, and you're blocking all this stuff, and but she told me, yeah, you're starting to learn to differentiate in the voices now. But, because usually that ego pops up and says, no, you can't be special. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's like, I'm one of the things that I'm learning with the tarot is I have to, because I would second guess some of the things that were popping into my head. I had one gal that I knew was going through domestic violence, and what popped out of my mouth on one of the readings was, you're being beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. And it's like, do I really want to be saying that? And I just let go and went with the flow. Okay. And she actually messaged me and thanked me later. It's like, okay, this is something that they needed to hear. It may not make sense to me. It may not feel right to me, but they know exactly, they seem to be exactly what they need to hear, So I still second guess myself. But I've kind of learned to sit back and let other people have their own points of view and stuff, So, yeah. I hope you're doing better, good dog Nigel. And I hope your siblings doing well too. I had a gal that started me on the Native American spirituality. I do too. And this is one of the things I said. This is one of the questions I was asking him. So if we've been put in a position where we have had to hit a reset button, what do you want to create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life? And if money wasn't a priority, what would you do different in your life? I do feel that. Yeah. It's huge. We've got an opportunity to start over things totally different. It's more of a blessing. And somebody was saying that her and another person were doing a meditation, and they were both seeing the same thing. All these waves are coming in from the heavens, and the same energy is being returned from the earth. And they said the earth is awakening too. The earth is a soul just like we are, you know? And I was asking everybody earlier before you came on, have you guys noticed any other difference? Have you noticed any other spiritual awakening, you know? I spent probably the first 2 weeks of this virus walking around the house like I'm lost. I'm home most of the time anyway. Why was I acting like that? And then buying in, and then I was like mesmerized by the news. And it's like, I don't even have TV. Why am I watching this crap and buying into this stuff? So when I backed off from that, then I started noticing some differences, you know? It's like all this programming is appearing to keep us from going through that awakening. And this is something that happened, the last time this happened was the Reformation. That's what, 700 years ago? And money shifted, and the whole earth, everything shifted. So it's time. And they say we're moving into the age of Aquarius, so we need that. And one of the girls brought up earlier, she goes, is this the end times? She goes, I'm not ready. And I said, the thing is, the Jewish they don't believe Jesus was the Christ because they say that Christ is a consciousness. It's not a person. And when they talk about the Christ coming back, in my mind, yeah, we're going to go through a consciousness change, and I think this is of a lot of it, you know. Yeah. But the thing is, too, Daisy, we need to quit judging ourselves. But you could be in paradise now, hun, if you would just shift your thinking. Because this could be heaven on earth if we just give it a chance. We're just so busy buying into man's reality that it's making it harder for us. You know, so it's like my neighbors, they've got one bill, okay? And it's an emergency credit card. And her mom says, oh yeah, you'll never get that paid down. You know, she says, you'll always have a bill. And she thought, no, I'm going to get it paid off. And she just paid it off. And it's like, yeah, you quit buying into everybody else's reality, you know? Again, what are you going to choose? What are you going to create? Yes. Churches tell you you're not good enough. You're falling short of the glory of God, and you're a sinner. Do you know sinner actually means missing the mark? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's and somebody's taking advantage of it in order to promote fear and limitation and do it a little bit of manipulation, you know? It's kind of I kind of look at it this way. There's us that are the movers and shakers. We've come in to experience things. We've come in to learn things. I can look back at my first husband, and like I was talking about earlier, we come in like soul groups of about 500 people, but we come in to learn specific lessons. And sometimes other people in our soul group will volunteer to play that part for us to learn those lessons. And I could look back and see why my dad and my husband put me through those lessons in order to go through the spiritual growth, okay, and tap into my own spirituality. I couldn't have did that if I didn't have them putting me down all the time and finding who I was. The hermit card, go within and know thyself, you know? But then that's good. It's very fulfilling for you, isn't it? So my niece, we were talking the other day, she's been a born-again Christian all her life, and she actually called for a reading. And we got to talking, and she says, when I was talking about the limitations and the points of view and stuff in the story we tell ourselves, and she goes, it's funny you bring that up. She says, because I feel like the first church that I ever went to at 16, that they have held me back in life more than anything. And with all their judgments and everything. And it's like, okay, so start clearing everything that they told you. And she says, I really don't belong to a church anymore. I belong to organizations that volunteer and go help the homeless and stuff. And I told her, I said, so when are you going to turn some of that love and compassion on yourself? She says, oh my God, Auntie, I started crying. She goes, I never thought of it like that. And this is what I'm talking about, being open to receiving. One of the first things I have you guys clear is it's better to give than it is to receive. If you don't know how to receive, then the universe can't give to you. But then, again, when it comes down to healing, KK, I can give you the tools, but I can't make you use them. They're there, Yeah. See, that's it. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. Yeah. Well, that's like this guy. I'm listening to these churches. There's one church in California. They refused to quit services. So 3 of the senior pastors and 2 of the junior pastors are down with the virus, and 70 other people out of the church are also sick with it also. So that has been one of the key centers that they can track. Yeah. And then there's this Bell guy that says, oh, I will never stop giving services. And then he also put a challenge out there for people to donate their stimulus check to him, to the church. It's like, okay, that's looking a little bit like greed to me, But then and one of the first books I read was When God Was a Woman. Oh yeah, but don't ask for something specific. Ask for something a little more open-ended when you pray. Yeah, you don't want to be very, very specific. You've got to leave it open-ended, because otherwise you're locking the universe into this when there's all these other possibilities out here. The universe sees the whole picture. We don't. I'm not saying I have all the answers, because I go through crap too, but it's interesting that, and I tell you guys, make sure you're grounded, make sure you have your spiritual protection. Yeah, it has a plan, but you've still got that free will in there, because life is like a tree. Okay, life is like a tree with all these branches that come off of other branches and stuff. So one of my friends has a theory that every possibility that there is, every choice that we could probably make is played out in another universe at the same time. And when they touch, that's when we have the feelings of deja vu, which makes sense to me, because it's everything's being played out at the same time. The universe knows what they all are, but it's all for soul growth. We're the universe experiencing itself. Did you wash your face, RM, too? Do you have any chamomile tea? Or some chamomile cream? Yes. Yes. But see, and it's the same thing as I tell everybody to have one person that you trust that will not put judgment on what you're talking to them about, okay? Because then you tell it to somebody that's judgmental and they throw all this negative energy on it. So not only do you have to work through your fears or insecurities about it, but you have to work through all this negativity that other people have put on it too. That's what's happening with the churches. We're having to work through all those points of view, limitations, and the stories that we tell ourselves. That's why I teach these ladies the bubble technique. I don't know if you haven't been on here a lot, but if you look at my playlists under classes, there's a bubble technique. It's a video under 4 minutes that shows you how to clear things. Text message. Boy, that's interesting. You're supposed to be off. So it's interesting that we've got all this stuff to work through. I know. It's this is why, people say they're spiritual rather than they're religious. The thing is, there's truth in all religions, but then everything's distorted to adapt to the point of view of the people that, that are presenting it. Yeah, the ringtone. I know. The problem is my phone went out, and then I had a new SIM card come in, and I can't get the ringtones right because that's my text message. But when the weather comes up at night, it says it too. So I need to go in and figure that out. So, it's just working through everybody else's points of view and stuff. And the bubble technique helps with that. And yeah, Krista. So, and the access bars, if you can trade with somebody that does access consciousness bars, that goes in, and that was an interesting experience. So I will teach children how to do the access bars all the time. And what the bars do is the brain is like a computer. And when you finish a program or learn a lesson, it throws it into the recycle bin. So the charge is still there. This is what the bubble technique does too. It goes in and clears out the recycle bin. But with the bubble technique, you clear out one at a time. With the bars, it goes in and clears a multitude of stuff. So I was working with a child, okay, and I taught her how to do the bars on her mom, and her mom was explaining what she was feeling and stuff. So I told her, okay, sit on the table. I'm going to clear you. So it's like I'm doing these points on her head and moving around, and I just knew there was a blockage. So I go do the next one. I'd go back, go do the next one, go back. I had 5 people sitting on the couch that do not feel energy. Okay. When she let go of that block, okay, everybody felt the energy. Even the neighbor next door felt the energy. It was like an explosion. And it had to have been past life stuff, because I don't think this child could have had that much karma. So it's yeah. That's what I say, same thing. I use knives as an analogy, and when I talk about the tarot cards, that's what the analogy I use is knives. Everything has a duality. Everything. Like just like us, we're the yin yang symbol. We're the darkness and the light, or we're the shadow and the light. Okay, and we just need to incorporate those parts of ourselves. So it's like, there's the duality for everything. Everything in this world this dimension was created as a duality for a reason. We have things that we came in to learn. Hey, JP, would you like a reading tonight, hon? So, it's all about lessons and experience, and in the Akashic Records, we have contracts that we have made with people in order to learn things. Just like I said with my first husband, I had contracts with him for him to come in and be the abuser so that I could go through the soul growth that I needed to do in order to climb that little ladder in my spirituality, Yeah. But at some point, RM2, you're going to have to expand out. JP, did you want a love or a general reading? And I think JP will be the last one. Andrea. Okay. Andrea is the last one tonight. A general reading? Okay. Okay. Okay, JP, you have the Emperor card. This is a person that is like to be in charge. It could be like a judge. It could be a leader, like the president. It could be a father figure. It could be father your children, or your children. But it's a male figure of authority. Okay. And then I have the Page of Wands. This is the very early beginnings of something new, new growth, something that's very passionate, very creative. Okay. But if it's a relationship, be aware that it could be a codependent relationship. Now, this card is also kind of what we've been talking about. The stories we tell ourselves, okay, the limitations and the points of view that we have learned that hold us back. Yeah. So you need to clear all these other appointments, these points of view, stories, and limitations that you have learned from other people. Okay. One of the things that I have people try is the bubble technique. That's in the playlists under classes. There's a bubble technique. You put your anger, your frustration, the stories you tell yourself. One of the first things I tell people to try to clear is it's better to give than it is to receive. Okay. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard for money, things like this. You need to clear all these things that past relationships have told you. Well, everything that your parents have told you. You need to start learning to live your life through what is good for you rather than what everybody else has told you that you need to live by. And this is going to bring in new passionate beginnings for you. Look, new growth. Very, very passionate, creative life. And I'm going to tell you what I've been telling everybody all night. So we've been put into a position where we had to hit a reset button. What would you create now? What will you do different? What new opportunities are unfolding in your life? And if money wasn't a priority, What would you do different in your life? So those are some things to think about, okay? Well, that made you happy, huh? Okay, Andrea, you still here? You're the last one for tonight, huh? Anybody else got any questions for tonight? Let's get the questions done tonight. Then you can think of some more for next week. No, I don't want to change. Yeah, maybe I do change decks. Hold on. Hey, Lily. You weren't on here earlier. How do you know we're still on? Okay. So, Andrea, this is a person or something coming into your life very, very, very quickly. Okay. Now, in this deck, it makes me think, pay attention to what's going on, because if you don't pay attention, this could move through quickly. Okay. Or something came into your life very quickly. Oh, you popped in earlier. Hun, we do readings and then we sit and talk for hours. It's like, if you don't want to listen to the first half of the readings, just pop in the last of it and we just have conversation and talk about spirituality, okay? So we have the Nine of Swords. This is coming out of depression and anxiety and frustration, okay? They call this the nightmare card. You're coming out of this energy, okay? You're moving past it fairly quickly. You're walking off into a new adventure and something better. Okay? Yeah, that's this card. This card. And hun, if you look in my playlist under classes, there's something in there called a bubble technique. It's under 4 minutes, and if you start putting in all the things that you're sad about into that bubble, it can help you clear some of that sadness and stuff. It's just an opportunity to clear some things, okay? You want to clear points of view, stories people tell you, things that, yeah, your parents have told you, relationships have told you, okay? You're walking into something better, though, hun. You're walking into a new adventure. And this might help you clear some of that sadness and stuff, okay? Lily, did you want a reading too, hun? We do this every Sunday, Lily. Good. And check out that bubble technique, okay? It's a way for you to clear the energy on some of the things. You know, you can put in anger, frustration, like you know, one of the things I have people clear is it's better that, you know what, honey? When I do readings, I don't get tired. A lot of people talk about getting tired and drained. I think if you're doing it directly from spirit, most of the time you don't get tired. Yeah. Yeah. The bubble, I'm telling you, the bubble technique is awesome. You just clear one thing at a time. You can feel that energy go. I taught a guy in a metaphysical store that went in there just to ask some questions because he was having anxiety. I taught him how to do that, and he says, whoa, I feel all this energy coming up like this and going away. He goes, do you work with kids? And I said, just teach your kids how to do this. And if you need me, then you call me. Yeah. Okay, so you have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for something. Okay, the thing is, instead of waiting, you need to step back and look at this from a different perspective. Okay, you need to look at it from a different way. Okay, now, a lot of times, okay, let me explain. Remind me and I'll explain it to you afterwards. Okay, let me finish her reading. Okay, a change in perspective. You need to look at something different, and also clearing things with the bubble technique might help. Okay, now, this is a very loving, caring, nurturing woman. Okay, pregnant with possibilities. Lots of options, lots of possibilities here. Okay, you're ready for a new life. Now, I have the page of cups. This could be the very new beginnings of something being offered of an emotional nature, or it could be somebody coming in to offer an apology. Does that make sense, hon? Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier, JP, is when we learn lessons, when we have okay, a lot of times when people do healing work, they call it peeling the layer of an onion. The thing is, the reason you have to peel the layer of the onions, the reason it keeps coming back over and over again, is because you're not clearing the core charge. Okay, so the brain is like a computer. When you get, you know how you clear out some programs, it throws it into a recycle bin? Okay, it throws it into a recycle bin. The only way you're going to clear it out of the brain then is to clear that recycle bin. This bubble technique helps you clear out the recycle bin. Okay, if you have something specific, an emotion, feeling, something like that, you're welcome, Lily. I'm glad you came back, hon. Then this, you can clear it. Yeah, try it out and see if it helps, and let me know. You know, I throw tools out there for, you know, you're working on yourself, but this could be a way to get down to the core. My friend calls it the queen bee. Once you find the queen bee and that queen bee starts to fly off, it takes thousands of other bees with it. Okay? You might be able to clear a lot of stuff out. Carolyn H. Okay. I keep saying everybody's the last one. Did you want a love or a general reading, Carolyn? It's under if you look at playlist classes, and it's called the bubble technique. There's another one in there too you might watch. It's called Who Does It Belong To? Because a lot of times we pick up other people's thoughts and feelings and we think it's our stuff. So, and there's a way to go in and clear that too, okay? Carolyn, you're the last one tonight. Okay. I don't know. I'm thinking no, because the first card is the death card. It's transformation and change. Okay, I think that yeah, so go in and watch that one too, Lily. Yeah, it's called the Who Does It Belong To and the Bubble Technique. They're both under 4 minutes, okay? So this is transformation and change. And this is usually through your choices and decisions, okay? Now, the next card is, okay, it's the Nine of Swords. Now, this card is depression, anxiety. Okay, they call it the nightmare card. It's feeling down, okay? But this is the ending of this situation. You're starting to come out of that and you're ready to move into a new energy. I'm thinking maybe no. But see, but this card, I don't know. I might pull another card. We have the Nine of Wands. Okay, this person is the wounded warrior. They've been through a lot. Okay, they're may not be real open to receptive right now. If it's you, okay, I want you to focus on how far you've come. These are all obstacles that you've got past, and the finish line is right here. Okay, the thing is, this person is so hurt, so wounded, so tired, so exhausted, they feel like they can't take another step. Okay, maybe they're feeling like it's just not worth it. But at the same time, this card says to have some perseverance. You know, just hang in there. You're almost there, okay? Don't quit just before the manifestation. And one more card. The Justice card, okay? There needs to be some truth and clarity here. There needs to be some balance in the situation, okay? So I'm not sure, hon. Does that make sense, though? Let me know if it makes sense. Okay. Okay. Okay, you're the last one for tonight, hon. It's a weird situation. Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. Is one of the things I've learned is it may not make sense to me when I'm talking about stuff. Yes, you need to get some sleep. And yes, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you for talking to me. And you're welcome back anytime. We do this every Sunday. You know, YouTube doesn't always send out the notifications, but I'm usually here between 6 and 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. Okay. And I do have the new love rate readings up for the end of the month. And I should be able to start the general readings from today on for the week, because YouTube has just been crazy. And I didn't want to do any this morning because I didn't want to screw up notifications for tonight. So, okay, everybody have an awesome night, an awesome week, and namaste.